Hello Sagittarius, thank you for joining me for your April reading with Lorien. This is a general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon and Rising sign, and if you do want to check out your Sun, Moon and Rising on the other videos, do feel free to do so. This one is going to be using the Taramuki deck by Scarabeo and also the Earth Magical Oracle deck by Stephen D. Farmer. And basically we start the month with a full moon and we're in Mercury retrograde and there's lots of different stuff happening, but hopefully we can get to understanding what's actually coming through the cards for you and what energies are going to benefit you. Also, something else that I want to mention as well is that if you do want a reading from me, you just have to click the link below and it'll take you to my website, or email me also at the link below in the description box. But this is a general reading, so it might not answer all the questions that you have for this month. That's the only thing that I want to clarify with you guys. Alright, let's see what's coming up for my dear Sagittarians. Okie doke. Alright, let's see. Oh, you have the Eight of Cups, which is kind of nice because we have the full moon over there. And then we have the Judgment card. And then we have the Seven of Wands. I'm just going to move these up slightly so that we can actually get all of them in. And then you have the Ten of Cups. How wonderful. Okay, that's cool. At the bottom you have the Eight of Wands, which is quite a strong card to have. This is mostly about change and imminent things that are happening around you. So you may feel kind of like everything's going to be going really, really fast or ramping up this month. So fingers crossed, this is going to be something that you really, really love. But let me just see what information comes through for you guys. I have meditated before this reading, so we'll just see what information comes through. There is a sense, a little bit of having this standing up for yourself feeling. It may be standing up for yourself against other people's preconceptions of you. It may be that you are not really adhering to somebody's needs. You know, like people may say you need to be a lawyer and you don't want to do that. You want to do something that's more of a doctor or something like that. That's the basic version that I can describe it as. This is kind of you finding out your own strengths and when to say yes and when to say no. It's not being argumentative for argument's sake. It's not that. And you're not trying to, you know, enforce the I know best card, which Sagittarians have a reputation for doing, I'm not going to lie. You know, a lot of Sagittarians have this reputation, I'm not saying it's true, for, you know, being I know everything and saying, well, I know this because blah, 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 I am superior knowledge. So that's kind of what the distinction is. This is not saying that you're going to argue your case because you think you know better. This is saying that you're going to argue your case and stand up for yourself because you know in your heart of hearts that this is right for you, not just I know better than everybody else. It's just like, actually, just trusting my instincts here, I think this is best for me. So it starts with the Eight of Cups, which is change. So you have two eights there. And I do feel that this is something to do with escapism. You may be starting to leave a situation because you're no longer fulfilled by it. You may be disappointed by something or a change, and you can be like, oh, I'm really not into it anymore. This has been a challenge, yes, but I'm ready to move past this now. It could be somebody has let you down. It could be somebody has kind of taken a step back and, you know, disappointed you or something like that. But this is kind of leaving something that you may have actually spent a lot of time in doing and just kind of putting it to one side because you no longer have the heartfelt connection with it. You know, this is not something that you really develop anymore. You're just kind of like, I'm going to move away from this. This is not something that I need to do, and this is not something that I want to put my effort into if it's not being met. Now, as soon as you move away from that, and whatever has disappointed you, you come into the Judgment card. So this is basically about you standing up to the oppression. And yes, it's a very scary image, but only until recently did I realise I was reading it wrong. Basically, this is not you being oppressed. This is you standing up. These are people who have fallen by the wayside. These people have maybe been judged, been battered down, had a little bit of bondage going on because they're socially restrained. This is you waking up. This is you saying, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to meet and use my power, and I'm going to actually utilize it for the benefit of myself and others. Now, I think it's going to be for yourself first. You're probably going to say, this is not going to affect me. My energy needs to balance out. My health needs to balance out. I'm not going to let this beat me anymore. So it could be, you know, you have health issues that you're saying, nope, I'm going to change it, I'm determined. You could have issues at work and somebody's been nitpicking at you and you're like, nope, no more. A friend could have been just kind of constantly nitpicking blah 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 at you, and again, now you're standing up for what you believe is right for yourself. And this is you kind of taking that leap and going, no 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 no, nobody is going to push me down now. This is not the way it goes. So I think in general this is quite a strong connection, and it carries through because you have the Seven of Wands. So this is all about having the faith in your standing ground. Yes, you've got some competition. Yes, you've probably got some people who are going, we know what's best for you, Sagittarian, and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, it feels like your fruition is coming through perseverance. Your challenge is being met, but you are basically standing your ground and you're saying, no, I'm not letting anybody shove me aside. They may be pushing you in a corner, but what they don't realise is that there's an exit door behind you. So you're going to go, okay, while you guys are arguing, see you later, I'm going to take my leave now. So they'll be waving their sticks at a blank space because you'll have exited the door and you'll be moving on with your life, and they'll still be trying to go, but, and trying to, you know, influence you to do what they want to do. But I do feel that through perseverance and through your connectivity, you're going to meet the challenges you need to do, and you're going to succeed in them because you have the Ten of Cups. This is completion, but most importantly, this is happiness and alignment with your sense of self. So in essence, if you are going through some issues, or if you're having some issues, you're going to start to turn the corner. You're going to start to kind of like now move away from the people who seem to seek to oppress you or seek to influence you. It could be, in particular, health keeps coming up for me here. So if you for instance, being badgered by your doctor or health specialist saying, this is the only way we can do it, this is the only way, no, 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 this is the only way, and you're like, no, I want to try this way, and you finally get to try it that way, hopefully, you could be seeing some really good results. Similarly, if it's a relationship, and you've been like, no, 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 we must do it this way, I think you're able now to change it, and you're going to be able to manipulate it to your own benefit. Not manipulate in a bad way, definitely not, but manipulate it in a way that allows you to kind of come forwards and develop your own sense of being. Oh yes, okay, so the new beginning will have to come through with balance, and it will have to come through with a little adaptability. So you're adapting to your environment. You've been disappointed, now you're going to hold just maybe 2 things that you want to take with you, and you're going to transform and adapt to your new environment. So that's a really strong card to have, actually. And then you have the King of Swords. So it could be that somebody has been trying to oppress you. Now the King of Swords normally comes up in regards to a lawmaker or a, you know, a clear thinking intellectual, something like that. But ultimately this could be somebody who's very snarky, very snippy, and just seeks to push you down a lot. And it could be in work. Normally this comes up for career, actually, but he's in a position of power and he seems quite you know, snooty. So I feel like you're standing up to this person, whoever this is. Not necessarily an air sign either, not necessarily Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, but it's somebody who seeks to be pushing other people, not even necessarily a male. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. So yeah, you're moving on from this now. You're growing, you're actually having the self-confidence, you're actually moving forwards. This is your transitional phase now. It's very similar to the Eight of Cups actually here, because you are moving into a connectivity. You're taking your experiences. You're not just going to abandon that experience, that knowledge, because that'll help you, but you are definitely standing up with the knowledge, and you're moving away from the toxic environment or the issues that you've had, and dropping people that really don't understand anymore, and you're moving into something that's better, but you're still going to have the wisdom as to what's happened to you. And finally we have the Seven of Cups. So it feels as though you are going to have maybe the imagination and the choices that you can make here. Like maybe you're not sure which dream to pursue, maybe you're not sure which area that you would be better suited to developing, or you may be spoilt for choice now. But the thing is, you need to commit. And you have 2 sevens here, and you also have 2 8s because there was 2 things. So the basic thing is change and faith. So this is all coming in to say, yes, you are going to have faith in yourself. You're going to be quite strong within yourself, but you need to have faith, and you need to trust in that change that's coming through. That's really what I feel coming through quite strongly for you. But let's just have a look and see what these have to say. Whoop, okay. Effortless, nice. Okay, so effortless is basically the fact that you are going with the flow. You know, water is quite effortless in its movement. You know, it can get riled up now and again, but essentially is very forward flowing. And I do feel that this is all about the aspect of change again. Something is not you're not happy with something in your life. You're not happy with the way things are going or the way the tide's turning. So you turn it yourself. You know, you just has to be a little bit of a direction, maybe choosing a different way to go. But I do feel you're on the verge of doing something different now. This is a very connective card. And this actually came out for a manifestation ritual that I was doing for somebody recently. So I feel like this is something that you are going to be connecting within yourself and actually developing in your psychic mind centers, and actually developing this into a better cohesive path for you. But this is a brilliant reading, really. I mean, I know, yes, you're going to be having to deal with some potential annoying people, but ultimately it's for your reward and your gain. So I don't see that you have much to worry about in that regard. But do let me know in the comments below, Sagittarius, how you feel April's going to go, or how it's treating you at the time. I always look forward to reading your comments, and I do read them all. If you do want a reading from me, the link is below. But in the meantime, I wish you all the very best, and I can't wait to read for you soon.